Hey guys, Louie here. I got a couple things for you this morning, including a little look through this old tool chest that I inherited from my favorite uncle. And actually was one of the things that kicked off my stacking career. Then I wanted to show you the silver chart for last week. And then we're going to just get a little clip from Ron Paul, one of my absolute heroes. So let's go ahead and get going, okay? So like I said, quite a few years ago, my uncle passed away, and he left me a few things, not the least of which was his precious metal collection. Now, some of these, a smaller number, were from my childhood, and a couple I picked up along the way, but most of this was from Uncle George. So let's check out what's in here. I haven't opened this in a very long time. He was a machinist, aircraft mechanic, but so he had a lot of tool chests and things, and some of them he put things like this in. I'm going to also check out, I don't know if you can see it, this dollar bill up here. I've always wondered what is under this dollar bill. It seems like he was stashing something under there. So I'm gonna pull that off of there today, hopefully without ripping it, and see if there was something under there that I should have paid attention to when I inherited this. But mostly what you will find in here is constitutional. Pardon my my camera setup. Let's see if I can get a little closer look on this. Okay, so we've got some Kennedy. Oh, I see. These are bicentennial Kennedys, so these are not silver, or at least, yeah, these are all bicentennial Kennedys. Got some cool toning on that one. Again, they're just clad 1776 to 1976, but I guess he thought these were collectible. I'm not much of a numismatist, but I think those are worth saving, eh? In beautiful BU condition. So that's that. Well, that wasn't silver, so let's keep going. Let's see, any more of these? Oh, I see more 70s Kennedys. What do we have in here? Ah, those look silver. Oh, here we go. There's a silver Kennedy. There's another one, a little better shape. Okay, so that is a nice little half tube of Kennedys. Some of these look a little strange, actually. Look at that one. Never seen toning like that, have you? I'll try to do it like this. Huh, that is truly odd. Okay, so I'm not sure what was up with these silver Kennedys, but there's a nice little stack of those. What are these, Franklins? Oh, Ike dollars. Again, not silver. And he wasn't necessarily a silver stacker. He was more of a collector, so I could see him enjoying something like the beautiful BU Centennial Ike dollar. We got here 85s, 72, 84. Well, these are just old quarters. Okay, I'm not sure what was up with that, but some of those are gaining in numismatic value. There is some foreign coinage. Take a look at that real quick. It's kind of a hodgepodge, isn't it? Centavos, I mean, that's a fun little bunch there. What else we got? Let's find some silver, hey? Oh, more 64 Kennedys. Nice little half tube of 64 Kennedys. There's a nice one. Guess it doesn't matter if it's in good shape or not, huh? Still very, very pretty. Okay, so there's some good stacking stuff. What else? What do we got in here? Some of these, when I first got them, I decided to put them in airtights. So, which is probably a fairly silly thing to do, but there are some silver quarters. I guess what I did is went through and put some of the older ones in airtights. So you have to wonder, those are fairly worn, but you have to wonder if numismatic value is exceeding silver value on some of these. I was very excited about this collection when I got it, and I just wanted to pamper it. I don't know if there's any jewels in here or not, but there we go. There's some silver quarters and a bunch of silly airtights. Ooh, some Mercs. I have a lot of Mercs. Mercuries were are my go-to constitutional, because I felt and I still feel that they will be higher on the food chain when it comes to numismatic value. So while you pay close to spot for Mercs, they'll very soon be unobtainable. Maybe they already are. So you have to pay extra for Mercs typically. So you have a chance at both numismatic, and you will definitely have the silver value no matter what. So I have quite a bit of Mercury dimes. But there are some that I got from my uncle. Indian head penny. But he used to have a trunk full of Indian head pennies, which disappeared somewhere along the way, huh? 64... Here we go. I just put a bunch of rosies into airtight. 64 rosies. Okay, nothing special about those. Come on, let's get some good stuff. Oh, Buffalo nickels. He was also a Buffalo nickel collector, so there are some. I won't go through the dates on those. What else do we got in here? There's more silver Washington quarters. More silver Washington quarters. Here is here's a 1 pound silver eagle from the Federal Coin Fund. Oh, there you go. So there is a 1 pound silver eagle. In the case of a 1 pound, well, in this case, I wrote on here, it is 12 troy ounces, which is a pound, a silver pound, not 16 ounces, 12 troy ounces. So they're not lying when they say that's a pound of silver. Let's see if we can see the reverse on this. Of course, it's a replica. It is not government money, but there you go. You got to be careful when you buy these that you know how many ounces you're getting. They can be many different weights, given the confusion between regular and troy ounces and what is in a pound. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I pulled that right out of the capsule too. I didn't mean to do that. Some of these sell for upwards of $300, believe it or not. Let's see what else. Anything else good? The heck is that? Souvenir of New Orleans, 1970. There's a whole genre of New Orleans collectible metals. Really cool. Oh, there's some old Indian heads. That one on top is a 1901. Let's see if we can dig a little deeper here and find something fun. Oh, anybody ever used to go to Sambo's? My uncle was a big coffee shop guy. So there's Sambo's, a piece of Americana. I see it was good for a 10-cent cup of coffee. Remember when a cup of coffee was 10 cents? Yeah, a cup of coffee was 10 cents. About a quarter would get you a gallon of gas. Okay, and oh, there they are. You know what? I tucked the gold away. I'm sorry, I don't have that for you to see. These are actually quite affordable on the aftermarket and on eBay. But we have several of these 3-coin sets. The middle coin is a quarter-ounce. I think it's a quarter-ounce piece of gold. The commemorative golds, which you can always get a good deal on. But this one I bought myself back in the 80s, or my wife and I bought it. So that has some special meaning to it. Hold on. Yeah, memories there. It's funny, I was buying this stuff in the 80s. Oh, that's a Standing Liberty. Well worn, but which one is it? It's begging for a date. Though that is definitely QE2, right? Young QE2. It is a new pence. 10 new pence. You'll have to help me out with that one. I don't know what that is. I don't even think that's copper. It's not heavy enough to be copper. Oh, very cool though. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I thought it was worth $200 when I researched it. This is a 1909 to 1940, half empty. I don't know why that would be worth $200, but there we go. Here's an old penny collection, not completed. Let's see what's under this dollar bill. What do you think? It just seems like he's hiding something in here, doesn't it? Could be wrong, because the dollar bill doesn't seem to be of any consequence. But he's got it under duct tape, for God's sakes. Oh, well, that has definitely ruined that dollar. But what is under there? Okay, here we go. Something's under here, I think. And why would you tape a dollar to the inside of your tool chest? All right. Oh man, nothing in there. Nope. Nope, he was just covering up the bolts on the thing. Well, that is quite strange. I don't know why he did that. A dollar used to be worth something back in the 60s. So, 2000... Oh, that's a 2003. Okay. Well, I guess he added that for some reason. All right, that wasn't very exciting. So let's move on to the next part. Hold on. All right, here is the silver chart up through, I believe, October 11th or 12th, something like that. I just printed this, and emphasis added from a couple little things I made, a copper airplane and a silver race car. But yeah, so what's going on with this silver chart? Well, there is a really nice wedge forming. And as you can see, we've connected the lows and connected the highs, and we're going to be pushing out of this wedge either up or down. And I think the probabilities are up from here. 50% retracement of that move is right into the mid to high 18s. So look for that to happen, guys. That's what I would think is going to happen. That's what I've bet some money on. So, you know, we're going to go up that wedge. We're going to hit that point, and then there you go. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't know. That's about as simple as it gets, eh? I hope. All right, now moving on to the next part, I want to show you this clip from Ron Paul, who is one of my heroes and talks really good sense. I don't know why the Republicans don't put him at the top of the ticket. Probably because they can't better themselves by virtue of following his advice. But the world would be a better place if everybody listened to Ron Paul. Okay, here it comes.
And to tax the American people, you know, by putting on tariffs, it raises the prices of imported goods. We haven't felt the full effect of what's been going on now, and it hasn't really, if you look at the last year or so, there's not a tremendous excitement and tremendous increase in value even in the stocks, which is the dominant theme of what the Fed does. They have to keep the stocks up. And I take a different opinion about no inflation. I think there's too much inflation, but people measure the inflation by CPI. Doctor. But I think I would always argue the case for the benefits to everybody if they would follow the marketplace and not pretend that people know what the interest rate should be. That is a false pretense that we know what the interest rate should be. Should the overnight rate be 10% or 2%? And it makes a big difference. But under these circumstances, they have no choice but say, whatever is necessary, we're going to print the money. And we're really, if we're honest with ourselves, we're back in the QE. Yeah, not so big, but we're moving. Whatever is necessary, we're going to print. That is not a way to defend a unit of account. We don't have a unit of account. Nobody knows how to define it. So how can you measure things? And And this is why we have the chaos, and this is why we have these debts, and this is why nobody really expects any cutting of spending, because it's too painful. And I think the market will dictate. You know, there was a time in the 1970s where they pretended that the dollar was worth $35 an ounce, but the market overwhelmed. Well, it turned out that it was worth a lot more than $35 an ounce of gold. So the market is very, very powerful, and it will overwhelm. And when you see rates going to 10% overnight and everybody getting panicky, that's the market talking. And when you see interest rates for the poor people who have credit cards and they pay 18 and 19%, that's the market talking. And you can, you can rig the rates for overnight and make Wall Street feel better. Say, whatever's necessary, we're going to be there. That's what Powell says. I mean, lately he's been very aggressive in saying, we're going to take care of you. But you don't take care of the people who are really suffering. All they can do is go borrow more money, and they follow the pattern of what government does. But they don't get bailed out. They didn't get bailed out in 2009, but the mortgage companies got bailed out. So it's a system that I think is very biased. It's doomed to fail. The Federal Reserve, if you're going to have a Federal Reserve of some sort, just get rid of the FOMC, who think and believe that they have this naive belief they know what the interest rates should be. Somebody said, well, if you were there, what would you do? Raise or lower interest rates? I don't know what the interest rates be. Nobody knows what the interest rates should be. If you believe in capitalism and market, and we have a very weak conviction that freedom of choice in the market economy is worth something, and that's why we're vulnerable.
Dr. Paul, I want to thank you for your time today.